Hey guys, it is Sunday, January 13th. I wanted to give a shout out to all the folks that have been touching base with us on Facebook and on the forums as well. We've had a lot of requests recently for a walkthrough of our home arcade, and I thought what better time than now. We just recently did a decent amount of remodeling. Things are playing really good in there. Things are looking really good. So I wanted to take the time now, give you guys a quick run through, and at a later point we're going to be doing some more in-depth videos, a lot of before and after of machines that we've been working on, we've been restoring for the future arcade. So here is just a quick video that hopefully will be worth your while, and maybe just give you a tiny glimpse into the future here for our arcade. So without further ado, here we go. Cute little open sign there. We've had a lot of really successful parties, and New Year's was no different for us. We just had an absolute blast here New Year's. Tons of people. Everybody was just loving it. People were in the game room all night. I mean, they were really rocking this room. It's small, but it's our little tiny slice of heaven for right now. We got a lot of different projects that we are working on. These games are more of your finished masterpieces. Race driving over here. Let's just get right into it. Race driving is a amazing machine that cosmetically needs a lot of work. I'm going to do full vinyl on this machine. The monitor and everything has already been recapped, the full chassis rebuild, the whole 9 yards. But like I said, we'll get into all the details on most of the machines in individual videos, but let's keep it quick as I can, because I tend to ramble. But here the race driving machine, it might have been the most popular machine on New Year's, and it just every single time I came in the room there was somebody playing it. We got a new old stock shifter that was from Milestar. Super buttery smooth. Huge shout out to him. I can't thank him enough. He will continue to get my business. Great guy to deal with. Everybody loves him. So a huge shout out there. Alien Syndrome, another absolute blast of a game. Pretty rare. I could probably think of a half-dozen people that I know on the forums that have one. We were lucky enough to find one with the topper. It's in great cosmetic condition. Big shout out to Steve for both this and Thief, side-by-side masterpieces. Thief is another one of those ones you just don't see that often. Really cool game from Pacific Novelty. This machine cosmetically was great. It needed some details as far as the electronics goes, and the chassis was a full rebuild. We had some problems. We weren't sure if it was board problems or if it was the chassis, the monitor, and we were able to get it working. With the help of all the folks on KLOV, they kind of pointed me in the right direction. I can't thank them enough. Since probably 2011, 2012, they've been my #1 go-to source for information. There's a lot of people over there that have a lot of history with these machines, and they are just an absolute amazing source of information. It's a wealth of information, and I can't recommend them enough. So, but again, Steve, thanks a bunch for these, buddy. I appreciate it. Super nice guy. Done tons and tons of deals, and I will continue to do so. So, Thief, another great game that I can't wait to detail later on. Pac-Man, an uber classic, just an awesome machine that everybody loves, everybody knows. It's the go-to for anybody walking into an arcade for the first time. They just love it. The thing is unbelievable. Cosmetically, it's got little dings and little issues here and there that need to be worked out, but mechanically, it's minty, and it's all original. On to Carnival. Carnival, this game, minty inside and out. I was very, very pleased to be able to pick this up. Original shotguns. You know, these things are hard to come by, and when you do, lots of times they're broken. We spent some time fixing them up, you know, working with the lenses, the sensors. This is a game that really needs to be dialed in to appreciate. And the light gun games in general are kind of finicky. But we got this one dialed in really, really nicely, and the side to side, you know, from corner to corner is working almost flawlessly right now. So I was pretty pumped to have this one 100% ready for the last party, and it didn't disappoint. A lot of people appreciated it, and a lot of people I saw playing it, so that was great. Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate. This is a home use only machine. It is the absolute most popular machine in this room, and in my whole arcade, my whole collection of our arcade and pinball machines. It is hands down the most played machine. We have absolute amazing tournaments that take place in this room. I mean, this is not a big room. You know, here's the floor space. There's not a lot of room. But I've got some pictures that we'll be putting up. There must be 15 people inside this room, and everybody is hooting and hollering and having an absolute blast playing these two machines. We have full tournament brackets. You know, we throw in $5, $10, make it interesting, but it is just an absolute blast for people to play, young and old, experienced and not. It is an absolute blast. So, Mortal Kombat 3, this one is, like I said, minty, home use only. When I got it, it had 149 plays total. And I got to give a big, big shout out to my friend Bob for both this and the Carnival. We've purchased several games from him, and what a great guy. He was at our party over New Year's. Just an awesome dude. Has a lot of experience in this hobby, and a wealth of information, and just the nicest guy you could come across. Super glad to have met him and had an opportunity for him to drop by now at the gatherings and the get-togethers. So thanks again, Bob. Mortal Kombat 2 was a full rebuild, a full restore. This machine, when I picked it up, it was a golden tee. The sides were painted black. This thing was just, it was nothing that you see right now. And everything came together just minty smooth. You'll see the run button, and the run button I added because at the time I didn't have an MK3 machine and I really wanted to play MK3. So we threw in the run button, but other than that, everything else is original. There's no other little you know, hitches or anything like that. The side art is all original that you saw as well. That was all painted black. I had to citrus strip that off. This will be a great machine to detail the before and after pictures. You guys will really appreciate that. So that's our little arcade for you folks. You know, we've got the small little pieces of ambiance. We get the music cranking pretty good with the old school videos up there in the corner. Neat little piece here. This was drawn with pastels, I believe, with both my son and John, and I can't thank them enough for allowing me to put it up here in the game room. And I've had multiple people come over and ask where I got it, and they'd like to purchase one. And then when I tell them that my son painted it, their jaw drops. So pretty cool stuff there. You know, posters, I added those. We got the room painted. The posters, going back to them, huge shout out to Justin for those. Those are original double-sided posters, and I'm a huge fan. He was a huge fan, and he didn't have them up at the time, and he's like, dude, I know you're getting this game room together. You got to put those up in there. And once I saw them, and you're looking at them, you're like, yeah, those have to go up. And they just fit. They just fit perfect. So thanks a bunch for those. I appreciate it. We got small little things up here. We'll be expanding a little bit more as far as the flyers go. I've got quite a few of them that I'd like to put up at some point. Neat little thing on the Pintastic. We've been to the last few Pintastics in Sternbridge, and what a great event that is. Last year we got to meet, or actually, yeah, it was this last year, we got to meet Todd Tuckey, Joe Belcher. We got to meet, oh gosh, so many folks. George Gomez, Paul Ferris, I think that's the gentleman's name. Unbelievable bunch of folks that we got to touch base with. And one cool thing was there was a tournament that was going on, and my son was really, really interested in competing in this tournament. It was for 4 to 7 years old. They had an older one for the older boys. 4 to 7, and there was so many people there. I was like, man, this is going to be like, this is the real deal. You know, we had probably 25, 30 people at the very start of it. My son was the very first person to play in the tournament, and there was 25, 30 people behind him before it even started. And about 10 minutes into his first ball, he finally drained, and the person that was taking down the scores was coming up to him, and they were writing it down. They were getting ready to take the score, and the gentleman that was running the tournament stepped in front and said, "Hey, you know, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Well, I'm just getting ready to take down his score." And he's like, "Hey, you know, this was his first ball. You know, he's really good. You need to give him some space." And she was very apologetic, and you know, she let him play, and he played out another amazing 2 balls. And at the very, very end, legitimately, he had won the tournament. He had double the score of the second place finisher. And it got announced over the loudspeaker. You know, he came to the entrance, and he got a bunch of prizes, and we got his picture taken. They put it up on their Facebook feed and stuff. It was just a great time, an awesome event. I recommend anybody that's in the area hit up Pintastic if you can. Great time. But quick video, like I said, of the game room. Much more to come, guys. We'll talk to you soon.